Oh, it's patch notes time again, and it ain't looking all so good. Alright, so first off, I've broken it down into 3 things. You probably see from the title: the good, the weird, and the ugly. So we'll start with the good. As good news is good, and we'll take any of that we can get in for honor. So here we have, first things first, Xbox One, some headphone issue. We're gonna fix that in a future major patch. I'm not familiar with it, but it sounds like kind of annoying thing. Not the biggest news though. After that, we have the new out of stamina changes. When out of stamina, stamina will not be further drained through any means. Attacking, getting parried, getting hit with moves, depleting stamina, etc. will now have no effect other than pausing your stamina regeneration if the move had this property before. So that's good news. Stamina in the game, is the way it's managed right now, is pretty cancerous. Unenjoyable at all levels of play, from new guys on console to all the way up to the top tournament players on PC. After that, we have some raider changes I put into the good. Stunning tap now does 15 damage. That's a nice change. Good, happy with it. Stun tap attack indicator is not shown for 0 to 100 ms to prevent flicker. That's also good, which means that it's still going to be 400 ms. Back dodge no longer branches to guard break. Side dodge no longer branches to guard break. Those are dodge GB changes, which is great. That's a long time coming. They have a comment underneath that. The developers left for stunning tap. We saw that the move was working properly for opening up opponents, so we decided to tune down the move a bit on the reward side. We also fixed an issue with the indicator that was not updating the raider stance for the first 100 ms. With this change, we ensure the move acts the same as before, displaying 400 ms indicator on a 500 ms move, but we prevent issues where the player would see a stance flicker. So I'm not sure how many of you guys know, but if you did a forward dash stun tap and you delayed the stun tap with your guard stance widget on the side, you could flicker the side before hitting the stun tap. It wasn't an amazing move, but it landed from time to time. And they also said removing the side and back dodge to guard break from this move is something we want to do when we release the improvement, but we needed to see if the character was good enough at opening up their opponents. This move also allowed the raider to protect their dodge from guard break attempts on reaction, which is something we don't want to happen. Now, this is extremely weak reasoning, and I feel like someone fucked up or something like that happened, and this is kind of like a cover-up reason for that. They're flex taping not doing that sooner is what it feels like. Next up we have, but it's a good change. They're good changes so far still. Next up we got a huge bunch of bug fixes. This is the biggest one. Well, one of the 2 big ones. A reduced occurrence of an issue that caused some players to sometimes notice that the revenge is not building up in situations where it should. Now, very weird wording, and for some reason Front of patch notes looked like they were written by old Nintendo. Like, it fixed an issue where players sometimes notice it. Are you hiding the revenge bar now? Like, I know what they mean, but they really should be able to word it better. The developer comments on this where we found one instance of this issue, but we know there are still issues with revenge gains. We're already working on a more global solution to make sure that revenge gains are consistent in all situations. It'll be released at a future major update. So, I mean, future major update is next time we're going to get consistent revenge. Right now, though, at least we know it's going to be better than it currently is, which is pretty bad. After that, we got our even more strange wording. So my eyes are quite tired, guys. Fix the regression that caused the side deflects to be very hard to perform. This has been corrected, and side dodges should behave in the same way they were before this bug was introduced in S9 TU2. Now, they don't mention anything about iframes and some numbers here, but like if you take what the implied meaning is dodges are going to behave the way they were, like they used to, and deflects. So that it's a good change, but again, it's weird wording, and I wish they'd specify their numbers and be a little bit more detailed on these changes that affect the game quite a lot. And there's no reason why they shouldn't. They have access to everything they need. I mean, they did it. After that, these are the big bunch of bug fixes. Fixed an issue to cause damage multiplier to be applied when hitting a hero that's exiting a ladder. That was a hilarious bug. You could blow up someone, do like multiplier 5 times damage, kill them one hit on the ladder from like a running heavy or something. After that, fixed an issue that allowed a drop attack to be successful even if the hero was killed during the drop attack. Never seen that one happen. Sounds funny though. Fixed an issue that caused the Raider Stampede charge to not be completely interrupted by Shaman's Spread of Mercy. That's good. Removed the pink charged visual effect from Shigoki starter heavies since it conflicted with the uninterruptible stance visual effect. I've never witnessed that one myself. Fixed an issue with Shinobi being able to cancel his second dodge into an attack if the player cued his stance change right before dodge. Now I'm not too familiar with Shinobi, so I can't speak to this one too much. But I mean, if it's a bug fix, then usually it's a good thing. Fixed an issue that allowed players to drop more than 1 trap feat of each kind if the first trap is placed while using a feat boost. I mean, that's good change. I mean, traps are really strong as they are right now. Traps are very useful. They're run all the time at top level play. Fixed an issue that caused Hitakiri's Deliverance to become permanently active if a feat boost expires on execution. Now, I never knew why that happened. I could never figure out. I tried to recreate it. I tried to be able to like have my 4th tier with Hitakiri after he came out like all the time, because I noticed it would happen sometimes and I didn't figure it out. But apparently it's tied to feat boost expiration. So that's interesting, but that's again a good change. Fixed an issue that caused Tiandi's Doom banner to disappear if the player placed it is killed. It is now consistent with all other heroes have this feat. Good change. Fixed an issue that caused the rally call feat to not work properly when Tiandi's health is under 25%. That's great. Good. Little bit of a feat buff there. Fixed an issue that caused staggering blow to not work properly with out of lock heavy attacks, zone attacks, and half charge heavy attacks. Now Shigoki sometimes his 4th tier feat staggering blow that knocks people down with a heavy wasn't working properly for those instances, so that's a good change. And that feat's actually quite underrated. It's circumstantially very strong. After that, we got some customization changes. I'm not going to go through these, but these are like clipping issues, description changes, missing parts of audios on execution, stuff like that. But you know, nice to see they're still polishing up what's going on there. This is a nice little change. In custom games, you can now select the phase you want to start a match when playing Breach, which is cool. So you can just go in, try out some stuff in the commander phase if you want, or whatever. I wonder if there'll be more things you can change with this customs adjustment. I'd like to see. I hope there is. There could be a hell of a lot more customization with training and things like that. It could be a hell of a lot more streamlined too. Arcade added an extra chance of getting bat outfits, ornaments, and embossings from completing weekly events. So there's an extra chance than there was before. They left a comment underneath that as well. Before the update, these items would only drop from weekly arcade quests if the player looted all effects. With the introduction of new items in this pool, we want to provide other ways to access this content. I mean, seems fine to me. Extra chance of getting stuff. Cool. I'm happy with it. Ranked penalties are now listed in the ranking update screen. I mean, cool. Alright, so now we're on to the weird. And I explained the weird after I've gone through it. So, firstly on Warlord, his front, left, right, back, and crashing charge distances have been nerfed, reduced. The developer comment on this was the Warlord's throw distance previously allowed fairly easy access to ledging or wall spotting opponents in all directions. By slightly reducing how far and how long the throw can go, will slightly reduce its efficiency while still allowing Warlord's throws to be dangerous. And then Shaman, or front throw, left throw, right throw, back throw are nerfed as well. And then Shaman's throw, developer comment here is Shaman's throw distance is very high in all directions. This will reduce her efficiency when ledging on wall spotting opponents in all directions while still allowing her to connect to her throw follow-ups. Here's why this is in the weird, right? And not in good, not in bad. The developers have acknowledged via the developer comment here that there is an issue with environmental kills being way too common an occurrence in the game. Right, this is kind of like not really discussed about too much, but I feel like everyone kind of can acknowledge that and recognize it. Environmental kills occur too often. They're too easy to access, not just for Warlord and Shaman, but I mean there's too many environmentals around. You go to a point on the map, let's say Harbor, and you got a big fucking hole in the middle of it. You've got a big fucking never-ending cliff to another side, and then on the other side, you've got a small fucking ledge you can insta-kill on as well. It's like, okay, so now there's 3 instant death locations inside this point. Why? Like, why? Like, okay, here's another example. Beachhead, another big offender for being terribly designed. One of the points is just there's like 3 walls in the point, right? And there's like this central bit. I'm sure you guys know it. And 2 out of the 3 walls are just lined with fucking spikes. Like, why? Why? For what reason? What does, like... Don't you want to encourage combat? Like... I don't get it. Like, environmentals scattered around the map is like, yeah, that's, you know, if they're in good places, that's cool. They can be played around and played with and, you know, used to your advantage and against. But they're way too common. And they've acknowledged that access to ledging, otherwise we could say access to environmental kills. We may as well just say that. Access, because it could be spikes, it could be fire, it can be ledges. It could be cliff faces, whatever, right? They've acknowledged it's an issue here. And rather than fix their maps, which, by the way, they have been fixing arcade maps, but not the PvP maps for some fucking insane reason, they are reducing the throws. Like, I'm down for these throw reductions, but if you're acknowledging that problem, why are you updating arcade maps and not updating the PvP maps? It's insane. Like, this is why it's in the weird. Like, I don't get this. This makes no fucking sense at all. Like, I could rant about this forever. Like, the complete lack of logical cohesion behind this thought process. Like, are they going to update the maps eventually? Well, if they are, why arcade first? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's move on. Let's go to the ugly. Alright, now, I gotta be careful not to rant too hard in this section, because we could just go on ranting forever, unless it be a rant video. It probably is at this point anyway. So, in the ugly, I have I've organized these patch notes, and this is coupled with the OS change, which we talked about firstly at the start of this video. The following moves that used to set the opponent's stamina to 20 will now deal set stamina damage. Now here's well, let's just get to it, right? Raider, his stunning tap now deals 30 stamina damage. And some people are thinking, hey, that's great. I'm not going from 120 stam damage, which is what most, or 120 stamina pool, which is what most heroes have, down to 30 instantly. That's good. Yeah, it's good that doesn't happen. But now, do you know what's going to happen? There's no nerfs to his forward throw, his charge, right? So you can do up to 66 damage with his forward throw, right? Let's say max charge. And so that's 66 if he gets that. And do you know what he gets on top now? He gets another 30 stamina damage on top. So that's 96, up to 96 stamina damage in total with no wall. I mean, your hero has, most heroes are 120 stamina pool. They're doing like 80% of your stamina with one guard break against a character that has a huge amount of stamina pressure. It's going to, and that's not even the worst case scenario. If he need wall spot, it's another 10, so he's doing like 88% of the stamina pool of 120 HP hero, right? And that's if you're at absolutely full hit stam when it happens, which is very unlikely. You're rarely like guard broken out of full stamina. It's usually after an attack or they made a read on a bash or something. So it's basically guaranteeing you will be out of stamina if a raider gets to forward throw you. You're guaranteed to be out of stamina almost. And then again, that's not even a worse scenario. If you're an assassin, he can forward throw, which is the charge. If he gets the max range and hits you into a wall, he will get 66 stamina damage, plus 40 stamina damage, plus a confirmed 30 stamina damage, doing, what is it, 136 stamina damage for a guard break. The pool of most heroes is 120. Like, it's fucking insane. It's mind-boggling game design. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. Like, who comes up with these stamina numbers? They're fucking garbage. I don't want to hate on the person who's doing this too much. They're sure they're a lovely person, but holy shit, this is fucking awful. Like, and then there's some buffs to stamina damage with Valk. There's stamina damage added to Warlord. There's stamina damage added to Lawbringer. So, like, Lawbringer's top heavy now does 50, the second top does 60, the third does 80 stamina damage. Again, the pool of stamina for most heroes is 120, and when these things happen, they probably won't have that full pool. They're going to be out of stamina all the fucking time. It's just as well that they introduced making it easier to get out of stamina, with that change we mentioned at the start, because you're going to be out of stamina a fucking lot. Like, if you're against Raider, he's gone from dodge GB, great, it's gone, right? But why are we introducing these tried and proven, very unfun, unhealthy mechanics? Like, these numbers, like stamina damage in the game can have its place where you're lowered on stamina, you were attacking a lot, someone weathered the storm of that, they may not have parried you, and now they have a move that can inflict some stamina damage, so now you're under the extra added pressure because at the end of your offense you really don't want to go OS, right? So that's where I feel the stamina's place in For Honor is. Like, it adds a layer of mind games when your stamina is low. But right now, it's just a fucking stamina eating fest. It's atrocious. It's atrocious. Like, the game is slow enough already just based on characters' movesets and how the mechanics work right now. I don't understand what the idea for stamina is at Ubisoft. Like, what's the goal here? Like, it's fucking mind-boggling. It's absolute mind-boggling that Raider can guard break you and do up to 136 stamina damage when most of the cast have 120 stamina in their stam pool. Like, what is that? Like 112% stamina damage for a fucking guard break? Like Assassins is confirmed if he gets the wall splat after the forward charge at max range with the guard break. That's 100 and what do we say? 36. I'm gonna lose track of the numbers here. Like, and if your guard isn't top with a static guard hero, he's gonna do the same thing. Like, if Raider is gonna guard break you, you move your guard top, because otherwise you're reading 130 potentially up to 136 stamina damage. It's insane. This is the ugliest part of this patch for sure. It just shows that they have no idea what's going on with stamina in the game. They don't know. They have no idea how unfun their management of the stamina mechanic is for players in the game at all levels. It's atrocious. I mean, in the other ugly part, not in the patch notes, is I was hoping to see a while back ago, someone said they may have said that unlock dodge roll changes are not coming this patch. Maybe they said it a couple of weeks ago, I don't know, but they should be in by now. They're taking forever. I would have liked to see maybe a reference to them, but maybe they already said it, then postponed it and pushed it back to see the next season launch update. There's also no sign of changes to they referenced they were going to nerf Shinobi Backflip, Hidden Stance nerf, and Sifu Stance nerf. Now, I'm not saying these are going to be good or bad changes. I would have to see them first to be able to say that. But the fact that they're not here means, no, that's another thing postponed. Are we going to see stuff in the next update for Season 11 that's going to be postponed as well to some mid-season patch halfway through there instead of getting it at the start of the season? And then is there going to be stuff then that's pushed back as well? I don't know. I feel like it really gives off the vibe that management or money men behind the scene on this game are not supporting it really feels to me like the development team is not being supported. Like, just the vibe and the rhetoric and the back and forth for the last year, it really feels to me like, whether or not you agree the dev team are capable of making an extremely good game, I'm sure they're extremely capable people, and over time they would be able to come to that, but I don't think they have the support to do it necessarily. If they pull off dragging this game kicking and screaming into a really good place come starting next season, yo, Godspeed, thank you very much, but I feel like they're not getting the support they need from Ubisoft to do it. Hopefully I'm wrong on that. We'll see. Maybe they're just sticking to a schedule and they're gonna up the ante, up the stakes in the coming few months. Maybe they're gonna get a bit more freedom. I don't know. Who's to say? This is all behind closed doors stuff and just speculation on my part. With that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You have a good night, morning, day, or evening, whatever the case may be, and I'll catch you later.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the best.